Morning, Wargamers. My name's Matt from across the tabletop, and I'm off to the London GT this morning. It's about 20 to 6 now, and I've been up for about an hour. So packed the car, did all my packing last night. So in the back of the car, I got all my gear and my minis behind us. Off down there. So hopefully I'll be there for about 8 o'clock. Get myself a coffee from the local coffee shop from nearby and get parked up. I've had a look last night. I had a look Thursday night because they released the pairings then, and it looks like I'm going to be playing a Eldar Craft World, a Titan Revenant, 1,500 points. I'm gobsmacked at how much these Titans cost. But yeah, he's got one of those. He's got two HQ elements, essentially, Farseer, 2 Farseers, and he's got 3 units of Dire Avengers and a unit of Rangers. That's it. So 23 models from what I can tell from his list on the table. But the Revenant is going to be 32 wounds, toughness 9, strength 9, 2d6 shots from its heavy blast missile launcher, strength 8, flat -2, flat 2, and then he's got the pulse weapon systems as well. The heavy 6, that's going to be 12 shots from the vehicle, strength 12, -4, flat 4 damage. So I can imagine him picking up at least, if he thinks about shooting and then charging, possibly 3 units a turn, with his feet doing all the stomping work, essentially. So it's going to be interesting. He's going to move 30 inches. He's then going to shoot. Then he's going to charge. Should be deleting 3 units a turn, essentially. I can imagine. And that's if I don't make any saves. And he hits really well. I had a couple of practice games with a friend of mine who knew the stat lines, and I asked him to run the roll the dice for us. And it took me 2 turns to take it down. Unfortunately, even with my Super Doctrine, that was going first, because I can't get in range on the first turn with everything. With my deployment, the way I've set up for the first game, which is Scorched Earth, and the way the train's set up. And if the Eldar player deploys in one corner, that will limit my firepower, essentially. So it's all going to be down to how he deploys it. I'm thinking in my mind he might stick it in the webway, possibly. And that will limit my first turn effectiveness. So after that, it still takes me 2 turns to take it down, even with my effectiveness gone with tank hunters. And surprisingly enough, I was able to take 6 wounds down from just my intercessor bolters. So I think I might be saving my CP for that. So I'll give you a catch up when I'm there. If you didn't watch the invitation last night, that was amazing. Well done, Malik, for winning with the Adeptus Mechanicus. And 3 Iron Hands players went through AdMech, and wow, they are so efficient, the AdMech are. Well done for everybody that turned up. Well done for everybody that joined in. So good luck for them guys today, because I know a lot of them are playing in today's GT as well. And I'll give you an update when I get there. Catch you later. Hi guys, I just got here to the Lee Valley Centre for the London GT. It's about 8 o'clock now, so I've got about an hour. I've got my coffee. Boom! So I'm going to have my coffee now, and just go over some of the stratagems I'm going to be looking at. So last night I had a look at the gentleman that I'm going to be playing, which is Will Mott, and he's going to be playing Eldar Craft Worlds, and he's taking a Titan Revenant. So as I said earlier, it's a pretty punchy vehicle. It's got 32 wounds, toughness 9, so it's going to be really difficult to take down. So I thought about my secondaries and what I realistically want to take to be able to get the maximum points. So I was thinking maybe I went for engage in all fronts, but raise the banners, because there are 6 objectives and I can be pretty much on 3 objectives on turn 1. And then I possibly would take engage, raise the banner, and oath of moments, just to be able to try and maximize those amount of points as possible. I did watch a channel last night from a couple of guys from Scotland, and they were saying that if I was to take Rod, I'd be eliminating myself for the chance for coming close to the top, because you drop so many points overall from the whole tournament, in every game essentially, because you can't max it out. So yeah, I had thought about it long and hard, and they're probably right, where over moments I can drop probably 1 or 2, engage 1 or 2, and raise the banners 1 or 2 possibly. So I'm possibly lose 6 points overall throughout the game today. That's what my plans are anyway, hopefully. Which means that, you know, throughout the entire tournament, that's 5 times 3, 30 points dropped. I'd be happy if that happens, but we'll never know, we'll see. So I'll let you know what's going on in an hour. Yeah, I think it opens up in about half an hour, so get myself a look around, see what's going on, you know, bump into a few of the friends that have come down from other people. So, you know, hopefully you'll get to see the roots and the whole sort of tournament scene, being the largest in the UK, and hopefully I can document it well and you'll enjoy it for the future. I'll try and get some great pictures. I'll try and do some interviews or chats with the opponents that I'm playing, and if I can, I'll try and grab some of the YouTube stars, you know, Mikey, Manny, some of the other, Malik maybe, and ask him how he felt his game went on last night, if there's a chance. I don't want to be treading on anybody's toes, so we'll see what happens. There are a few people already here. I estimate probably about 10, maybe 20 people already turned up. That's what I can see. So, you know, another 1,000 people to turn up still, I reckon. Yeah, but it's early days. So I'm going to put my head back in my book, make sure I've got over my stratagems and things like that. I was thinking on the way down, this Revenant type, if he goes first, he's going to probably take out 2-3 units of mine. Hopefully not my intercessors, and then probably spend all of my CP to get the intercessors to do the job. Put them all in all doctrines. Have them advance and move with the chapter master rerolls. Probably then put take the tank hunter on him if he's in range of the Revenant Titan. Fire twice, you know, chapter master rerolls. So, you know, it should be doing a roughly, I'm hoping, about 10 wounds just from the intercessors alone, with all the stratagems and buffs I can give to them, and then maybe make a charge with the ancient nearby if it's still alive, and take it down with that, with another stratagem which is automatic wounds on 6s. Yeah, there is a chance that my intercessors can take 15 wounds off this Titan on their own. Yeah, I'll let you know how they do, because they probably only take 1 or 2 because of the amount of armor saves and rolls that you know, it's a 4-up invuln, 3-up armor save. So, yeah, there is a chance that I just completely bounce and don't do anything. And hopefully we'll get some good pictures of that, and you'll see how the development of the game goes through some you know, interactions that are on the table, and you'll get to see that as well, hopefully. You know, depending on what time when you watch this, you never know, I might get an invitation to be on live stream. If it is, I'll take some pictures, and hopefully you guys can check us out on that. There are a few people here, I'm assuming, that are going to be doing this sort of stuff, so if they are, I'll try and jump on with them and say hello. And you know, you never know. I don't think I'm going to win. You know, there's no way I can beat Abmech and in the grand scheme of it, after seeing what the Iron Hands did yesterday in the Invitational. Not to say that my army doesn't, you know, excel at killing, you know, lots of small bodies, which is a lot of the armies, because it does. It would just be the amount of firepower taken back. Looking at Manny's lift with those 6 planes, that's going to be a really tricky situation to take down. And then he's got like 100 infantry models as well. And then Malik's army is a very rounded army for the Abmech player, essentially with 6 chicken walkers, those doggos, and you know 2 flyers as well. So it's all going to be down to that turn 1, and as you've seen last night with Malik, even going turn 2, he was still able to take the win from the Iron Hands player. So yeah, there are a few gate lists out there, gatekeeper lists, that I'll probably struggle against. Hopefully I don't face them early on too much, which is going to be the Death Guard armies. I do struggle against those with their -1 wounds. You know, an Iron Hands lift may be tricky to take on, again with all the dreadnoughts, and then being then the 5-up feel no pains as well across the board. And also the Drukhari. Now, I've played a few Drukhari armies. I think I've got them. I think I've got it nailed and how to beat them. But again, it's all going to be down to that first turn and maneuverability, and what sort of army I'm playing against, essentially. Because if it's the Black Tongue or the other ones that allow to advance and charge turn 1, that can be quite difficult. Advance and charge turn 2 is always really tricksy to play against, because you don't want to give them the ability to advance and charge, but that means you're giving them the maneuverability on the table and the ball control, which again you don't want to give Dark Eldar the ball control. So it'll all be game dependent, but hopefully you'll see the way the tournament is played, and you'll take some points away from it, because that's what I'm hoping to do, is just give those Imperial Fist players out there and any Space Marine and anybody who's actually interested in tournaments themselves just an overview of how the tournaments have run, how the games are played. We're not all, it's not a scary thing to do realistically. Once you've come to a big one or even a couple of small ones, you've got to jump right in there sometimes, and everybody I've ever met at a tournament has been fantastic. Okay guys, so we're inside it now. I'm doing a voiceover because all you do is hear me half heavy breathing. So you can see there's a lot of tables set up, 592, so what's that? That's nearly 300 tables set up for 40k. I got to my first table, and the train was just already on the table already, so it was just follow the instructions from the London Grand Tournament pack, follow the missions where the objectives goes, and start laying them out. But I thought I'd just give you a run through of some of the train pieces. So this is the big L wall, essentially no footprint for the area terrain, but as soon as you touch the base of it, then you can be seen through at any point. So these are the big pieces they're using. Most of these will be always in no man's land. It's a big square box essentially with obscuring keyword until you're in it, and most of the time, if you're inside it anyway, because of the way the train's been set up, you're not being able to see unless someone gets around the back of it. This is the smaller one. This is, again, it's another piece of area terrain piece that you can't see through once you're in it. But the angles and the way the deployment is, as long as you get round to the side at an angle and you're fast and maneuverability, you can shoot through it. So this is how I set the board up. I had some time, and then you've got the two pieces in the middle, which are they've got the dense keyword in the middle, and they're basically a barricade or a wall. So I'm just waiting for my opponent to turn up now, and that's about it.
Welcome guys to Across the Tabletop. We just had our first game of the day against Will with his Eldar in Craft World. How do you think the game went, Will?
As well as it could for what I brought. It was interesting. Survived a bit longer than I thought I was going to.
I mean, the Reaver Titan, Revenant Titan, sorry, is an amazing model, and you painted it so beautiful. I'll add some pictures up there for you guys to be able to see it. I mean, he survived till turn 2. I mean, you did some damage. You took the Gladiator out in turn 1. You took 2 of my Eradicators away, which had to spend CP to keep them alive. And they didn't do anything, actually. They didn't do no damage to it. You took my... you shot my Gladiator and the Contemptor away on turn 1 and charged. It was the counter punch from the Intercessor, 10-man Intercessor units that Will wasn't expecting. I spent like 7 CP on them. Put them in all the doctrines, gave them Chapter Master, had the Lieutenant reroll from the Dreadnought nearby, and then fired with them, charged, and had to use Gene Wrought Might on them just to be able to do enough damage. He killed 4 back with the amount of damage he did. I thought that was really impressive. I was expecting that unit to be gone. I did lose my Chapter Master in Overwatch though. Yeah. Overwatch to a Revenant was pretty impressive actually, just killing him outright. Do you know who you're up next? Where you're going from now on?
Down that way, lower tables, I think, with that score.
I don't know. They ended up at 99 to 35 to myself. Will played really, really well. The Marines list, especially the Imperial Fist, I mean, I wasn't expecting not to be able to damage the Titan with my Super Doctrine.
It's tough. It is tough. It's just that the army lacks any way to score primaries. That's the problem. I struggle with primaries.
But I estimated you're killing 4 units a turn with that Revenant, and you virtually did that. If you kill the Eradicators, you tag another unit, and then you essentially kill 4. So I was really impressed with it. I thought you did really well. I was sweating. I didn't sleep very well last night. After killing my Gladiator in the Contemptor, I was like, no! And then I couldn't kill him in my turn because of the damage reduction that he does. You made an amazing amount of saves.
I did, yeah. And the Feel No Pain.
The Feel No Pain you got off on him was incredible. You didn't get it off turn 2, which made the difference for me. Turn 2, not getting out off that Feel No Pain, allowed my Intercessors and my guys just to do enough damage to take it down. I tell you who took it down in the end. It was a Techmarine with his Thunderhammer, essentially, he's got. I couldn't believe it myself. It was quite amazing. The Techmarine is better than the Chapter Master. I keep telling you guys that. So, look up it. Look out for the next game. Thanks very much, Will, for a great game. It was an impressive match. Love the Revenant, and we'll catch up later with you guys. Bye.
So first game was done. It was against Wilmot again. Incredible player. That Revenant Titan was so difficult to take down. As you can see, the results of the score was in 99 points for myself and 35 for Will. I couldn't take anything away from him. I think he just underestimated the intercessors. So, you know, like I said, I did put a lot of CP in to get them off, to get all the stratagem, to get them to do effective damage as possible. So that was amazing by them. Then I went for a little quick fresh air break, and then came back to find out that I was playing a Deathwatch army, and he was Alex Harrison. Now, I didn't know who Alex Harrison was at the time, but of course, as you probably already know, if you've watched any of the live streaming of the tournament, he was the runners-up. He came second, losing out to Malik. So when I went to the table and I saw what he had, I was like, oh my goodness, I faced a list similar to this at home and really struggled to take down the Redempted Dreadnoughts. And I know how effective the Contemptor Dreadnoughts are. So here's the result after approaching the table and meeting Alex for the first time.
Okay guys, that's round 2. Just played this incredible man here, Alex. Table 15, I was quite happy with how high I came up on the first round board. Alex, you were playing?
I was playing Pure Deathwatch.
Pure Deathwatch. I got the first turn, so I thought I was in a good practical position. But guess what Alex did? He counter-deployed me, couldn't see a thing. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Fuming. My Super Doctrine once again had not come into effect whatsoever. I was able to push out to the objectives, do some raise the banners. I did play a little bit cagey with my intercessors, and maybe I should have brought them out earlier. What did it end up in the end? What points did you score?
I got 93, you got
54, yeah, 93,
so
54.
Like, wasn't absolute massive wipeout, but
no, I think
enough difference.
It was good, yeah, good enough difference, yeah. We looked at the table on turn 3, and Alex was like, I'm going to get to 30 points at the end of the turn 5.
4, wasn't it?
Yeah, to get into turn 4, doesn't matter what you do, I'm going to get 30 points. And I was like, yeah. I was 5 points up at this point. I thought I was hopeful, but Alex squashed me quite hard. His army's beautifully painted. It's amazingly. The Techmarines work really, really hard. I'll show you a picture later. I'll take some pictures and show you. But yeah, give it to this man. Yeah, amazing guy, amazing game. Really, really tough matchup. For me, I think Alex was looking at it going, he could probably take this, and he did. Yeah, the Redemptors are really hard to take down.
Yeah,
I find the Redemptors,
Marines, isn't it? Marines on Marines is always tough because you've both got the same sort of shenanigan plays with the Volkites, the number of shots, the durability. So it all comes down to dice rolls, and I tell you what, your dice were on fire.
Okay. My armor saves are brilliant, but my wounds when I fight back,
the shots were like they were aiming up, I think, at some point.
But much appreciated. Thanks for the game, and enjoy the rest of the tournament. Good luck.
Cheers.
Okay, game 2 done, over against Alex Harrison. What can I say? Great player. He played really well. Yeah, I played a bit too aggressive. I got first turn and played probably a bit too aggressive, maybe a bit more. I think I got over my head when I won the first game. I thought, oh, I can win this quite easily, and it didn't turn out that way. So well done to Alex Harrison for beating us. He well deserved it. And so went for another break, as you do in between these games. You know, I was a little bit down after that game, but hopes were still high for 3 and 2 in my mind. That was sort of like my go-to, you know, if I could do it or not. 3 and 2, that's what I was aiming for, and I certainly tried my hardest to get to that. So, you know, going into my third game of the day, and it was up against a gentleman called Alex, and he was running his Custodes. It was overrun mission, and I thought I had a real good chance at winning this. I played a lot of Custodes. A friend of mine plays it really often enough, and so he's given me some great tips and some great experience against the army. And the way the deployment worked, I was able just to hold back on one of the corners, shoot him off one of the objectives, hold the corner, and that changed the game a little bit. But we'll catch up with him right now and see how he felt about it.
Okay guys, that's round 3. I've just played Alex here with his Custodes. How do you think the game went, Alex?
Quite poorly for me.
To be honest, I did get first turn. I had set up for Stranglehold, and you were unable to stop me from just clearing that one side of the board off every time you put something out on the objective. I positioned myself really well, but Alex had some fantastic, gorgeous models. But the custodians struggled to hit hard. Yeah, it got removed. But yeah,
it's a trophy.
It's a trophy. I'm taking some home with me.
Basic material. Yeah, literally.
How did you think that your movement of the models went? Because of course, the terrain on this and the holding 2, holding 3 is a lot harder mission to play.
Yeah, so hold 2, hold 3 is really bad for custodians, especially the way that I built mine because I don't have any sisters. I've got nothing cheap to put on an objective.
Yes.
So, which is really bad. But also on top of that, I think I played too aggressively in the beginning, which gave you targets to shoot at early on. So you were just able to delete the bikes, delete the Terminators, which I misdeployed as well. And just gave you lots of points early, and then I lost a lot of hard-hitting units that were the only units that I could have put up the board.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So, having those Terminators where I was not hidden well enough, and I was able just to move around and get some pot shots off, I think changed the game.
Yeah,
at that point. So that was a great game. Thank you very much for that, and I hope you have an enjoyable rest of your tournament here. Can you just hit up your Instagram for everybody?
Yes, you can follow me at Quips the Nerd on Instagram and Quips the Nerd on YouTube.
You're on Instagram?
I am actually on
He's
Instagram.
on Instagram.
Yeah. Sure? I've never seen any post about you ever. You're very
I know.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. That's 2 wins, 1 loss today. Check us out tomorrow. Catch up. Speak to you later. Bye.
Okay, guys, that was the first day with all my 3 games I played. Went 2-1, which was amazing. I lost to Alex Harrison. Alex with his Custodians were a fantastic game. We beat them which was an amazing sort of aspect to the game, to the end of the day, really. So that brings us to the conclusion of the first day, 2-1. I'm sitting mid-table at the moment, around the, I think it's 100 player sort of point. So that was amazing at this point of the tournament. I knew it wasn't in the chance to come top because statistically and the way the numbers work in the game, there's so many people there that you'd have at least 15 people to 20 people that would win all their games. But I was happy with the Imperial Fist, considering people tell us that Space Marines and the Imperial Fist are the lowest in the tournament scene for taking to tournaments. Obviously they're the lowest tier, bar G-Stealer Colts that we don't see anymore. So I'll catch up with you guys in the morning for the tournament brief before I head in the morning. Good night everybody, and see you later.
Morning, guys. It's the second day of the London GT. We had a great day yesterday. We won 2, we lost 1. So we got Orcs this morning. It's quite a balanced lift, a couple of scrap jets, the Orc buggies, some Meganobs, and a Meganob HQ essentially in a truck, I'm assuming. Got some Storm boys, some normal boys. It's got some guys that can infiltrate. What are they called now? Commandos. It's got war bikes, a mech. It's quite a rounded list. So we're going to be against him first thing this morning. We're going to hopefully do well at that. I bumped into Andy Weller this morning from 40 Hours in 40k. He had a great day yesterday. He's hopefully going to be swinging around and playing some games today as well. So that's amazing. He's doing really well. A bit gutted about his invitational first game, but he's playing Tau, so he just wanted to come down and play some games, really. So it was amazing, bloke. So yeah, it's another bright and beautiful day. I've had my coffee, so I'm all ready for the day. Hopefully we can take this on. I've been looking at the ones we're playing today. It's 5 objectives. It's the one where you can hold yours for 3 points in your objective in your quarter. It's a diagonal deployment. Why can't I remember the name of the mission? I can't, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's one with the mission secondary with your objective in your quarter and your opponents. You hold yours for 3, and if you hold yours and your opponents, it's for 5. So it's that one. So I'm thinking Oath of Moments, take the mission secondary, and then the difficult one is now thinking of the third one to take. I'm considering Raising Banners because that's a good 5 points from just holding mine, and if I can push out to the edges and hold those, I can rack up the points quite quickly. He does have mobility. He's running 3 Death Dreads as well, so
fingers crossed I get to use my super doctrine. Yeah, the Imperial Fist super doctrine, because I haven't been able to use that in any of my games so far because they've hidden everything. And being orcs so wide and big and the way the deployments are, maybe I'll even get a couple of shots off with my super doctrine and actually get it to work today in my first game today. So fingers crossed for that. It's going to be a great day, I reckon. I'm not going to be finishing in the top 4 because of my loss yesterday, so it is what it is. I did see a Black Templar up there in the 8th position from James something. I can't remember his name, sorry. So it's amazing to see a Son of Dorn up there in the top 10, but it means he's going to be facing all the big dogs now. So fingers crossed for the game this morning. Wish us all luck because I'm going to need it, I think. I got a 99 in my first game, a 54 in my second, and a 99 in my third. Played some amazing opponents. I wish them all luck today in their games. So yeah, that's about it really. I'm hoping that I get another win, and that'll be 3-1. And I'm hoping that I could take out my last game as well. That'll get me 4-1. Fingers crossed. That will put me top 50, I reckon. And that's where I want to really be aiming for. It's the top 50. You know, for an Imperial Fist player, I think that's amazing. We've seen a lot of people out there that actually won GTs. This is a 592-man GT, so you know, why not? I got my nice cool t-shirt on, keep calm and play war games, so hopefully it'll give me some luck, and then I'll change into my other t-shirt halfway after the end of the first game, just to spread out all the love for all my t-shirts I brought with me. So I'll catch you guys later.
Hey guys, welcome back. We just played our 4th game in the Grand Tournament. I just played this incredible man John with his amazing orc army. How do you think it went, John?
Super technical game, all about the tactics in this game, not the wow with the orcs, and Imperial Fist, tough nut to crack. Underestimated some of their units, but brilliant opponent in Matt here, so yeah. It's a great game.
I found that the Incessors once again through this tournament have proven to be pivotal. They're just so effective in combat and shooting, and got that mobility across the board. Your Scrapper Jet surviving was really impressive. Falling back and shooting, don't underestimate those Scrapper Jets, because falling back and shooting is amazing on them. They did so much work throughout the whole game. You did reserve them, did you? Is that sort of a tactic you might change, knowing the army now?
So I've played 4 games with them this weekend, and 3 games I've reserved them, and they've done work. The game I didn't, they died first turn or beginning the second turn. So I've noticed that reserving them is key to have their damage output where you need it. So, but they're by far my standout.
You did use the 3d6 charge, which made them in combat, getting them on an objective, denying me points right at the beginning, putting me in my grill, and he pinned me back for at least all the way till turn 4 essentially. It was only till turn 5 that I was able to pull out of my own deployment zone and get into the middle with some of my models. So great job, thank you very much. Hope you do well in the next one.
Great 10-point win, well done, Matt.
It was a win to the Imperial Fist by 10 points, so come on the Fist, and hope you do well in your next game, John. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, game 4 now complete. That's 3 wins and 1 loss. I'm feeling really upbeat at the moment in the tournament. I really do think I can go on and win my last game. Really looking forward to it. Just seeing the pairings. I'm up against a knight player. I'm thinking, yes, it is perfect. Super doctrine. Can take down a knight. It's got a Castellan in there. Never faced a Castellan before, so I was a bit wary about what it could do, what the faction could do. But I knew very well that the knight player is going to be hitting hard. So I really needed to go first, in my opinion. It was up against... John was an incredible player. The orc player I just faced. It was very technical, like he said. We had to. I measured inch by inch because I knew the threat range of orcs and how deadly they are in combat. His Death Dread did charge my 10-man intercessor unit and bounced, unfortunately. And then the intercessor unit fought back really, really hard. Killed the Dread Knight, the Death Dread in combat, and led the charge then further on into the game. Him not holding my Imperial intercessors up in combat there and killing them meant that I could dominate that centre of the board fairly easy and pull his mega knobs from that truck away from the rest of my army, so they had to deal with the intercessors and not the rest of them. I knew I was going to lose them to the mega knobs, but if I could just drag them away far enough away from the rest of my army, I could dominate on the one side of the board and score me enough points to enable me to win the game. And that's what happened essentially. Very technical, great guy. So I'm up against knights next. It's going to be a tough matchup. I believe that I can do it, but it'll all come down to the dice rolls. Fingers crossed for us, and we'll catch up after the game.
Okay guys, that was our last game in the London GT. I just played this incredible man with his beautiful Imperial Knights army. Absolutely tronched me. I mean, nothing on the table by the end of turn 4. The movability this guy's got. How did you think the game went for yourself? Obviously you won.
I would have wanted to go first. Going seconds made it a bit harder, but I was able to counter it. I'm using the Knight Raven household with Metallica for the Knight of the Iron Cod. That allows me to advance and charge with the Knights, really get them round. I've got access to an also 8-inch advance, which means I was able to get round the flank of it. And we're playing the Sweeping Clear, so it's a diagonal deployment, but with table quarters, so I went to the far edges to try and outrange her.
Yeah, and it absolutely works, because the way that the train works on the table, I really wanted to be deep into my deployment zone with a lot of my really high efficient units, which meant that when I move out, he's got clear line of sight, he's deployed really tactically as well, so most of their good weapons are out of range. My Eradicators again whiffed massively. I say whiffed, you made some amazing 4-pin bonds. You've got to give the credit to the man.
Yeah.
You know, he just bounced straight off the Knights. What did you think of my intercessors? I know they're a bit weird because I've asked everybody this. I've asked so many people around the tournament. My intercessors charging your knight and doing what, 7 wounds?
Yeah,
in combat.
They were good. It was just it was a final play.
Yeah.
And
on turn 2, final play on turn 2.
Yeah. The knight had too many wounds left at that point.
Yeah.
So yes, you bracketed him, but
yeah, the Eradicators go through and then they charge in. There's a good chance I'll take it down.
Yeah.
With intercessors in combat. I mean, it's that sort of feeling. How do you feel about intercessors taking down a knight?
I'm happy with it.
The possibility of it.
If you can make the 6s,
yeah,
you make the 6s. The thing is, it costs you them though. That's the only thing with the trade.
Yeah.
At that point, I could still swing round. And
they murdered Die next turn.
Yeah.
It was a really great game. I really enjoyed it.
They were really good at use of it. I think the only thing I would maybe look is maybe the heavy stalkers on them.
They're not good enough. Strength 4, they just bounce just as well as the assault bolters.
No, not for against the knights, but for against other stuff where you get 1 to 2 damage maybe. But again, with Imperial Fist, those exploding 6s are amazing.
Yes, yeah.
So there are lots of shots, good volume with the Chapter Master rerolls. That was excellent. You were doing good fishing, which is when you need to pull something desperately off.
Yeah.
Go fishing.
And I went fishing, and I did really well in my opinion. I loved it, loved the game. It ended up at 93. I think you dropped 7 points because I was being an arsehole. Be nice about it, I was. So yeah, he dropped 7. If I wasn't an arsehole, he would have got max 100.
Stealing me banners.
Stealing banners. Yeah, where I shouldn't be even should be doing stuff like that. So yeah, great game. Thank you very much for the game there, Marcus. I know it's a left-hand shape, but yeah, amazing game. Catch you all, guys. Check out, I'll do a review when I get home and everything, so check it out later, guys. See you later, bye!
Well, that was game 5, an incredible matchup against Marcus from Team England. He played it superbly, positioning, priority targeting, he pushed me in a corner, had no more, tricks up my sleeve, so fantastic round 5 game. I did lose, it was expected after turn 1 and seeing the caliber of player I was playing. I met Manny, said good luck to him at the beginning of the day. I met Mikey as well from Hellstorm Wargaming, Mikey, and then Manny from Blassam Gaming. I bumped into Jay from Mohawk Miniature, who won the overall painting competition as well, so congratulations to him. Then of course the top 4, so well done for those 4 that got into the top 4. Alex and Thomas on one table and Malik and his opponent on the other. I did stick around for the semi-finals, but I had to leave to get home to the kids at the end of the day. So all around, great experience, love the event. Thanks for the judges, thanks for the guys who put on the event. London Grand Tournament was amazing. So yeah, I'd invite any of you out there to, if you wanted to turn up for a tournament, definitely put yourself down for one of these events that these guys are running, because they were incredible. So one thing we haven't talked about yet is my placing, where I finished 184th overall, so that's top 40%. 50% if you want to be technical. Top 50, top 40. I was just short of finishing the top 30%. I think that's incredible. I went through the list while we were doing the speeches and handing out trophies and saying congratulations, everybody. From where I was looking at the time, I believe I came top Son of Dorn. The Black Templar player, one of them finished just below us. I didn't see anybody else who was playing Imperial Fist or Templars or any others with the Son of Dorn's greatest heroes above me. So I take that as a victory and a win for the tournament myself, being the top Imperial Fist player at the tournament, even though it was 184th position overall. Really enjoyed it, and like I said, I'll do hopefully I'll do something interesting when we get back. I would hopefully do a list breakdown of what the army, what I think potentially would change. I've already got some ideas of what I want to change, but I'll do that as a video where we're a bit involved and you can see what sort of development and why. I look forward to doing another video for you. I've got another tournament coming up in November at the Twisted Dice guys that are running, so look forward to us building up for that. We've still got a team tournament coming up this year and one beginning of next year. A couple of friends of ours that are planning on going to. I'll hopefully still be playing the Imperial Fist because I just love them. So keep on the channel, keep with it. Let's drop us some notes in the comments on what you liked, what you didn't like, what you'd like to change, and I'll catch you again soon, guys. Take care. Bye.